Alright, in this news it says everyone will be an XRP holder if the average person takes this action. What if I told you that 99% of people are missing the most important details about XRP? It is not because of the price or the news cycle. It is because they have not done the one thing that separates the wealthy from the crowd. In this video, we are breaking down why deep research is the ultimate competitive advantage in the 2026 market. Alright, recent data suggests that only 0.01% of investors actually take the time to read white papers or study foundational materials. Most people buy based on headlines or FOMO. But if the average person actually sat down to read XRP's white paper and understood how it functions as a bridge for global liquidity, they would not just be watching from the sidelines. They would likely be holders. The reality is that XRP was built for a specific purpose, and that's solving the trillion-dollar problem of slow, expensive cross-border settlements. Through on-demand liquidity, Ripple allows banks to settle transactions in real time without the need for pre-funded accounts. When you move past the social media noise and look at the actual mechanics, you see an asset designed for institutional utility, not just retail speculation. Since the conclusion of Ripple's legal challenges in 2025, the game has changed. We now have a clear regulatory framework that has strengthened institutional confidence. Informed investors are not looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. They are evaluating infrastructure, adoption metrics, and the expansion of payment corridors. They are positioning themselves based on data that the general public has not even looked at yet. My perspective in this one is that in 2026, this year, financial literacy is the only real barrier to entry. The difference between a passive observer and a successful participant is the willingness to do the work. If you understand the technology and the partnerships, you don't have to guess where the market is going. You are no longer trading on hope. You are trading on conviction. Don't be part of the 99% who wait for the news to tell them what to do. So read the reports, track the utility, and make decisions grounded in analysis. So what's your take? Have you read the white paper lately? In this next news, it says next XRP price targets will be $8, $49, and $400 if this history repeats. In the world of technical analysis, history does not always repeat, but it often rhymes. Traders are currently sounding the alarm on a massive weekly chart fractal for XRP that mirrors the explosive 2017 bull run. If this historical pattern holds, we could be looking at a multi-stage breakout with targets that challenge even the most optimistic projections. To understand what we are going, we have to look at where we have been. In 2017, XRP underwent a grueling period of consolidation before entering a parabolic phase that saw it rise from under a penny to over $3. Current market structures are showing nearly identical signatures. Tight range consolidation followed by early breakout signals on expanding volume. This fractal suggests that the market psychology driving XRP today is beginning to align with that record-breaking cycle. Analysts are highlighting three specific sequential targets. The first is $8, which would represent a clear breakout above current multi-year resistance. The second target of $49 would require sustained institutional inflow and widespread retail participation. Finally, the $400 target, while highly optimistic, represents the final blow-off top phase seen in late-stage 2017 dynamics. While these numbers seem astronomical, they are based on the same percentage gains XRP has achieved in the past. It is important to note that the XRP of today is fundamentally different from 2017. We are no longer in a purely speculative market. With the US litigation resolved and the expansion of Ripple's on-demand liquidity, the token now has real-world utility backing its price movement. This shift from speculation to utility-driven volume could provide the sustained momentum needed to fulfill these technical targets. My own perspective is that fractals are powerful lens, but they are not a crystal ball. While the technical setup is one of the most bullish we have seen in a decade, market conditions today involve much higher liquidity and more sophisticated trading desk than in 2017. However, the alignment of technical patterns with fundamental adoption cannot be ignored. If history even partially repeats, the next phase for XRP will be one for the record books. Are you following the fractal, or do you believe 2026 will carve its own path? In this final news in this video, it says, Pundit to XRP holders. Watch this as soon as possible. It's happening. Right now, hundreds of billions of dollars are trapped in the legacy banking system, sitting idle in Nostro and Vostro accounts. But a massive shift is happening. Financial institutions are finally moving toward blockchain rails to unlock this capital, and the XRP ledger is at the absolute center of this transformation. The global forex moves roughly $7.5 trillion every single day. The problem? Most of that money is forced to sit in pre-funded accounts just to ensure payments can settle. This is inefficient and expensive. By switching to the XRP ledger, banks can eliminate these legacy rails. We are talking about saving institutions hundreds of billions of dollars a year in operational cost alone. It is not just about moving money, it's about freeing it. Now, this isn't just a theory. Société Générale, a Tier 1 French banking giant, has officially launched its MiCA-compliant stablecoin, EURCV, on the XRP ledger. This is a landmark milestone for 2026. It proves that the network can handle large-scale, regulatory-aligned cross-border payments. This stablecoin allows banks to settle instantly while earning yield on funds that used to just sit there. It is the ultimate win-win for institutional finance. When you combine institutional-grade stablecoins with XRP's role as a bridge asset, you create liquidity engine. Even a partial adoption of this technology could mobilize trillions of dollars in the long term. For the global financial ecosystem, this means more speed and lower cost. For the XRP ledger, it means becoming the foundational layer for the world's most important transactions. So, my perspective on these developments is centered on the velocity of capital. We have spent years talking about price, but the real story is utility. The launch of EURCV by a major bank like Societe Generale is the signal that the infrastructure phase is over and the activation phase has begun. Banks are businesses, they prioritize efficiency and profit. Once they see the massive savings provided by blockchain rails, the migration becomes inevitable. We are watching the real-time reconstruction of the global financial system. So let me know in the comment section, how do you think this institutional stablecoin news changes the game for the XRP ledger? Make sure to subscribe for more data-driven updates on the future of finance. This finally ends our video, and I'll see you on the next one.